Tonight. Good, good. It's good to be back here again. I did this about 5 weeks ago, gave it a shot. So I'm back. Good to be back. Looks like we got a nice audience, which is good. Guys, coming up here, it's not easy, so I applaud you. So, as many of you may or may not know, this Sunday we have a holiday coming up, Easter, which is on 420. The holiday we're planning on celebrating. Anybody smoke in here? Yeah. Yeah. So here's a little story. I'm going to tell you a story time of the first time I hooked up with Mary Jane. Okay? So growing up, really, I never really, in high school, I never smoked weed or drank anything like that, not even in college. I was a good boy, unfortunately. That's why I'm still single and still a virgin. But I always had somewhat of a appreciation for the so-called cannabis culture. Growing up when I was like 7, I loved watching That 70s Show. Dazed and Confused, one of my favorite movies. I loved Harold and Kumar, go to White Castle, listen to Snoop D.O. Double G. So off the bat you would say, oh yeah, that kid, he's definitely growing up to be a pothead. No. So a lot of us may know that 2020, it was a difficult year for us. Of course, you know, we had the pandemic, a lot of uncertainty going on. So I figured to put all the BS of 2020 behind, you know, I want to start off 2021 right. So it looks like we ended 2020 on a high note. We got through an election, thank God. I mean, I know things are a little bit difficult now, but we got through election, so I want to start off 2021 with a bang. And boy, did I start off that year with a bang. So I talked to a buddy of mine who had his medical card. And I figured, you know, let me try, you know, an edible, a cookie. I feel like that would be more mellow and calming. So talked to my friend, he hooked me up with a cookie and the edible, because smoking, I don't really like smoking too much, you know, the smoke, lungs, the cough, it leaves some kind of an odor. Alright, so don't want that. So the edible, more calming. So I talked to my buddy, he hooks me up with a cookie. So we get the cookie, okay, then I hang out with him later the day, go back to my crib, chill out. This is like 7 o'clock at night, so I take a piece of the cookie, I try the cookie and I eat the cookie, okay. About 20 minutes later, I don't feel anything. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, let me just eat the whole cookie. So I ate the whole cookie, then I take a shower, and then I'm feeling really good. Like I'm feeling relaxed, mellow. Life is great right now. Life is great. So I go in to the TV, watch some Tube. I watch some Married with Children. Love me some 90s nostalgic comic. Al Bundy. Sex again, Peg? So we watch some Married with Children. It's great, funny, laugh my ass off. Okay, so then 9 o'clock hits. I'm with my mom. I'm at my parents' house. She wants to watch the show This Is Us. So that starts at 9 o'clock. So no problem. I had my fun watching something in my room. So once 9 o'clock hits, that was like midnight for me. My Cinderella story of happiness and fun, unfortunately, had come to an end. I started becoming really panicky. My heart starts racing. It's like Usain Bolt right now in a marathon. I'm sweaty, I'm clamming, I'm freaking out. So I go to my room. I start hiding under my covers. I'm like, oh shit, what the hell did I do? Okay, we gotta find a way out of this. So I call my friend, I call my friend who hooked me up with the cookie. I call him, and then he answers the phone, and he's all calm and cool, collected. He's like, hey man, how's it going? I'm like, oh, God, I wish I was happy like him. I wish I was in that predicament. He sounded so happy and calm. And I swear to God, I kid you not, when I talked to him on the phone, I was like Heather from the Blair Witch Project. I'm like, dude, man, I'm so scared. Oh God, please, man, buddy, you gotta help me out through this predicament here. I don't know what to do. And he's like, oh, it's okay, man. It's okay, you know. Take deep breaths and calm. I'm like, no, man, buddy. Like, I think I messed up bad here. He's like, oh, no, it's okay, man. Just calm down, take deep breaths, okay. Think happy thoughts. So I'm like, okay. All right, deep breaths, okay. Candies, puppies, Beetlejuice. Oh God, I said Beetlejuice 2 times. I posted Beetlejuice in my room. Okay, so calm down. And I don't want to freak him out too. So I'm like, okay, calm. I hang up the phone with him. So we go through, you know, and then I call another friend of mine, and he really liked to produce a lot of music. So he produced music. So when I called him, the first thing he does on his phone is he plays like one of his sample beats. And I'm just like freaking out. I'm like, no, buddy, please, for the love of God, I need to talk to you. I need to get out of this mess. So I tell him, I explain to him the situation, I explain to him what happened. And then he tells me, no, you took way too much, man. You're not supposed to eat the whole cookie. And then I'm like, oh God, I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh God, what did I do? You know, I always thought of myself as a good person. I'm like, and does this make me a bad person now? Am I going to go to the dark side? Is Darth Vader going to come and recruit me? And stuff like that. He's like, all right, man, listen, we'll get through this. Take a couple deep breaths, okay? We'll get through this. All right, just think happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. All right. So again, I just have to get through this. I've been in worse predicaments before, and I definitely don't want to go to the hospital. Definitely don't want to go to the hospital. The bill, and then some attractive EMT lady comes in me asking all these questions. I'm like, oh God, I'm not ready for this situation right here. Too much going on. Too much going on. So one thing that I do when I'm really anxious is I like to listen to a lot of music. So I go in, cancel myself out, listen to some music, some soul to soul, like low rap to hip hop, some there. Getting jiggy with it, listening to the music, the back to life, back to reality. And then I color in like this adult coloring book that I have, to calm myself down. So eventually, I get myself calmed down through the night after that hellacious night. It started off really well. It was like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. You're all happy to get that golden ticket. But once you get through the Chocolate Factory, you see a bunch of weird shit happening to all those kids going through. So I made it through the night. So I slept, and let me tell you something about edibles. They give you the best night's sleep. I mean, you're great for like 30 minutes, then you're in your own personal hell for a half hour, and then you get some great sleep. So I sleep, wake up the next morning, I turn the TV, and unfortunately, to some unfortunate news, I turn on the TV, and it's CNN, and the headlines reads, "Today, January 6th, Capitol at the riot." I'm like, shit, I thought this nightmare was over. I'm still in my freaking out mode here. So the moral of the story is this, don't do drugs, alone, at least. All right? Thank you guys.